Hey there, it's Holly again. So yeah, I just watched Never Say Never Again. It's the '83 remake of Thunderball. There's rights issue stuff, and Kevin McCory, who produced the original, did this one too, and he had the ability to do that. I don't know. I didn't want it. It's whatever. But weirdly enough, it's directed by the same guy who did RoboCop 2 and Empire Strikes Back, out of all things, Irving Kershner. Okay. Yeah, so it stars Sean Connery reprising his role. This is after, so he reprising his role as Bond, doing this again. And it's weird. Definitely weird. The first parts, like the first half thereabout, is very much like the original, but more jokey and more self-aware. The '80s flair a little bit, and it doesn't quite work. When it starts to do its own thing, then it actually really works. So, to begin off, it does a lot of references to the fact that Bond is old now. Like, he goes to the same spa. They actually have M bring him, different M too, actually. Like, they changed that. It's a different person as M. Like, within the context of this movie, it's a new M. It's not the same M that Bond's aware of. It's a new guy completely. But he sends him to the spa for like treatment and even brings up the whole thing. He's like, you need to cleanse yourself and stuff. So that's interesting. But the when he gets there, there's a moment where the show the ballet um, sees the car that Bond's driver's like, oh, this is old. You don't see these in action anymore. And Bond's like, oh, it still works, or whatever he says. Very next scene, a doctor saying, oh, your body's pretty old. It's like, it still works. Like I got the reference the first time. I don't need it again, but whatever. Um, there was an extended fight scene in the spa that doesn't work. Like it just goes on too long. So I was fearing it had the same pacing issues as the original. But like, okay, so the way the Bond beats this guy in the spa, there's a henchman trying to kill him in the spa. He throws some liquid at him. Like they get into like the laboratory section. He throws some liquid in the guy's face. The guy goes, and falls down and gets like stabbed by a bunch of things. I'm just sitting there thinking someone's going to become the Flash at some point, but it turns out the liquid that caused the guy so much damage was Bond's pee, and like maybe it's just me, but I don't think pee getting thrown in my face would cause me to kill myself, cause me to, you know, accidentally die. Um, but that's just me. I'm sure for some others they would have the same reaction as the guy. Uh, but uh, yeah, it's weird. I try to because okay, so it has a lot of the same beats naturally, but a lot of things are changed. It's very odd, very odd. In this Blofeld is played by Max von Sydow. They don't really do much with him, and I do kind of wish that he was Blofeld at some point. He keeps his hair though, so that one's weird. But once he gets out of the spa and stuff, then much like in the book, then the storyline, like you start to see Spectre do its thing, which is different from the movie. Where in the movie, Spectre does his thing before the spa. So I do like that. Um, there's just weird beats. It's hard to say like every little bit difference, but it's like okay, so what else? Oh, so the Count or whoever's supposed to kill Bond in the spa or whatever in this version also dies like in a car crash due to Um, uh, Fatima, yeah, Fatima Bush. In the movie, in the original movie, and in the book, it's supposed to be a Count Liba, Libra, Count, who's working for Spectre. But in this one, it's the guy who looks like the pilot. He's replacing, so that part was odd. But the way he dies is that Fatima throws a snake into his car, or while they're driving next to each other, he freaks out, drives over a ramp, flips, and then crashes into a building. Sure. Um, but then it kind of plays fine for a bit. You know, there's still weird bits like, um, so Largo is not Emilio Largo. He is Maximilian Largo because Maximilian's 80s. But he has this room like in his building or whatever yacht. I don't think it's his yacht. It's somewhere. Yeah, no, it's his yacht. He has this room in his yacht where it's a two-way mirror or one-way mirror. He can look in on Domino doing yoga and like dance moves and stuff. And he plays jazz music while watching her. It's very odd. That part's very odd to me. Um, there's a bit where Bond goes to the casino, much like in the original, to meet up with Largo. He does not play against Largo. Well, he does. But part of the casino is like a bunch of arcade stuff, which, once again, 80s. But in this, um, Bond and Largo do not play Baccarat. No, no. They play Domination, which is a game made by Largo. And it's a video game that's like Risk mixed with Battleship, mixed with I don't know what, Tempest maybe? So like they're on opposite ends of a table with joysticks, and they have to like try and take over the most land of like whatever the game chooses, like Spain or Japan or whatever. They have ways to hurt each other, and if you lose, you get like shocked, and like you can press the nuclear button or whatever. Very odd, very weird. Um, but I kind of enjoyed it. It was that kind of nuttiness, like that I like from Bond. Um, the movie keeps going, and like, okay, so the other crazy death in this is Fatima's. So Bond gets chased around by all of them, and he has this tiny little motorbike developed by Q, which is another weird thing. 'Cause it's not even Q, it's this other guy. Um, oh, he's Q, but they just allow him to be called Algernon. Okay. Um, that whole thing's weird too, but anyway, he gets chased around by this motorbike or on the motorbike, and he gets captured. And Fatima's like wanting to kill him. Like he has to sign something. He uses the exploding pen, and it doesn't work at first. So, but then it explodes, and like Fatima like explodes. It's not just like like falls over, whatever. No, like body gone, explosion. Sure, sure. Um, why not? Uh, but then like as it goes on, so like okay, I don't know if it's different in the book. I'm assuming the book's more close to the original movie. But in this one, the two nuclear bombs or whatever, are placed at Washington and to attack a oil field because we have to involve oil in the Saudis or Arabs or whatever in some way because once again, it's the 80s. That needs to be in there. And they even have a racist version of them there at one point because Domino is like strapped up to a pole and this fat uh, Arab dude's like terrible out like suits like whoa, look at this woman and these dudes fighting on horses all want her but maybe want to kill her. I don't know, that part was bad, but because you know we moved on from other racism, but Middle Eastern racism is fine. Um, so, um, where am I going with this? Um, yeah. Oh, right. As it goes on, yeah. No, Maximilian, as it goes on, becomes like an '80s Bond villain. Like he's having fun kind of Bond villain. Like early on Maximilian, not so good. Early on Largo, not great. Later Largo, as it goes on, much better than the original. Much more energy, much more fun. Um, uh, and the set pieces are better. Like, still are underwater moments, but not nearly as much and not nearly as bad. Because it's mainly just Bond and Largo. There's a whole fight like at a castle, kind of like an old fortress. That's cool. They go instead of like the big water fight, it's in a like ancient temple. And that's cool. Like that whole temple sequence near the end, like the last 15, 20 minutes, is incredibly 80s Bond. I was like, this is what I want. This is great. Um, it's incredibly odd because it's a '60s rated Bond thing, totally respective of an '80s lens, with still some '60s elements. It's like, okay, this is an alternate universe where Sean Connery just stayed on as Bond the whole time, I guess. Oh, that's the other weird bit. Okay, I just forgot about this. There's a weird line delivery right before Bond is called in to actually start the mission. So he's already investigating Largo, which is odd, but whatever. He's looking into Largo, like just doing busy work. Moneypenny comes in and says, Bond, uh, 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 why are you still doing here? Whatever. Or he says that, yeah, something to that effect. Bond says, you should be in bed, Moneypenny. She responds, we both should be. But But it's all about delivery because in the originals, Moneypenny would have taken it as like, oh yeah, we both should be in bed. Like that little bit of like, because Moneypenny is always flirting with Bond saying, hey, I want you. And he says, nah, whatever. Um, but they missed that. She just says it like, yeah, we both should be at our age, whatever. Like, you missed the chance to give Moneypenny that little bit zing she normally has. Um, yeah, it's he also has the same whatever reaction to his helper too. Like in both movies, he has a whatever reaction to her being dead. So there is that same. But okay, so the final fight, like in the original, is on the yacht and it's not done well. This one is underwater, so it's just Largo and Bond. Same ending. Domino still kills Largo with a harpoon. But in the original, it's very subdued. It's one take. It's nothing like, okay, well, okay, I guess that's done with. This one, it actually works better. So like a lot of I hate to say that I like um the unofficial version better than the official version. And it's very odd. Yeah, I know. I like this one better, a lot better, than the original. Even then, it has its faults, but nothing terrible. Like there's some sexist moments, but like nowhere near as bad as the '60s version. There's a part. Okay, by the way, Kim Basinger is Domino. I forgot to mention that, but Kim Basinger is Domino. Uh, he's giving Kim Basinger a He's giving Domino a massage. He's pretending to be a masseuse and giving her a massage, which is, not great, not great, but a huge step up from blackmailing a spa worker to sleep with him that was in the original. Huge step up from that. So, hooray. Uh, Small steps. Um, he does work in a line from his time at the spa, so, I appreciate little callbacks like that. Uh, yeah, this one, I would actually say check it out if you liked Thunderball a little bit, check it out. If you didn't like Thunderball, check out this version. There are definitely issues. Like the opening theme sucks. Like the beginning is slow. Like the first hour or so, a little rough. But once it gets rolling, it's like, oh, yeah, okay. I kind of want to see this with like Dalton or someone though too. But yeah, I like this. This works for me. Um, yeah, no, I like it. That's all I got. But once again, remember, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you later.